Hi guys, the trigger in our Dyson V10 is unresponsive and today we'll show you how to replace it. First we will remove the battery. There are 3 screws that hold it in place. There is one in the back. We'll need to use Phillips 1 screwdriver. And there are 2 more screws on the bottom. Now you need to remove the filter, turn it counterclockwise and remove the bin. Press on the button, it will come out. Now we'll remove 2 screws on the bottom, again Phillips. And 4 screws in the back. This will allow us to remove the cyclone assembly. Simply pull it off. Now we'll need to remove 2 screws on the sides of the white cover. For this we'll use the Torx 8-bit. Now we use a small flat screwdriver to pry open the cover. Now you need to push the black connector through and pull the cover at the same time. And the whole piece will come out. Now you'll need to remove this electrical connector from the circuit board. Press it from the top and it will come out. Now we'll remove the 2 screws from the main connectors. Again we're using Torx 8-bit. Now we need to turn the connectors to the side and try to push them underneath the circuit board. And now you guys will be able to pull out the motor. Now we'll remove the 2 Torx 8 screws in the handle assembly. We'll use a small ratchet. Now we'll use a small screwdriver to push it inside these openings.
So it has 2 small latches here. Be careful not to break them. Now you actually could pull out this plastic panel. Like that.
Now we'll turn these connectors to the side. The trick is to try to do it at once with both of them. Just slightly push them in.
push it one by one. It's much easier this way.
And gently pull it off.
So guys, remember about these two latches because we will break it if you try to open it from this side.
There's one latch on the right and one on the left. We have another T8 screw inside the handle right here. To reach the screw you will need the T8 thin screwdriver, which is at least 50 millimeters long. We recommend to put all the screws that you remove in separate piles in order of removal. This way you will be able to easily reinstall them once we reassemble the vacuum cleaner. Now we will be able to pull out the trigger assembly. Make sure all connectors go through. This is how our trigger looks like, and look at this, guys. It has cracked in this place, and this prevents it from working properly. Now we will remove the trigger. And unfortunately, guys, this is the problem that a lot of V10s and V11s have. To fix it, we have another part here, another trigger, which, as you can see, is reinforced. So the part that broke on the original one is much thicker on the new trigger. And if you guys need one of these, we'll leave you the link in the description. Install the new one the same way. Make sure that the spring goes back, and now it will work properly. Before installing our trigger, make sure that all the wires are straightened, align them together, and they will go in first. This one. Now we can use the screwdriver to help in guiding the other two connectors out. And as you can see, both of them went through the opening. Now keep pushing until the trigger goes in all the way. Make sure that all three wires are out and intact. The small screw goes back in the handle. Now the cover goes back on. Now you guys will have to pull the connectors through. The idea will be similar. You have to turn them sideways. It's a good idea to use small pliers, and this process may take some time. Now the cover goes back in place, it snaps back in. Reinstall the screws. The torque for these two screws is minimal, do not over tighten them. Before we install the motor, make sure to turn our connectors sideways. This will simplify the installation. Now you can put it in. The small wire goes through the opening. And now we'll use the screwdriver to help us guide both connectors through. Straighten both connectors. Reinstall the 2 screws. Ideally, when you tighten them, they have to be straight. That's why we're using the second screwdriver. And they cannot touch each other as well. And now you can reinstall this small connector on the circuit board. Push it in and it's good to go. The white cover goes back on. The black connector will go through first. Pull it out. Phillips screws go back in. We've got 4 in the back. Again, the torque is moderate. Don't over tighten these screws, you can break the plastic. And 2 more Phillips screws on the bottom. Now we can reinstall the battery. And the final part is our filter assembly. And we can test it now. Alright, everything works, guys. The trigger works perfectly, and this is how a trigger works now. And since it's reinforced, hopefully we won't have this problem again. Our trigger replacement is complete. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this was helpful. We'll see you in the next video.